Hi there, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to TCM. Merry Christmas Eve. Thanks for sharing part of your night with us. Up next, more of our annual classic Christmas movie marathon. From 20th Century Fox in 1957, this is among the most romantic films of all time, An Affair to Remember. It's a story of a man and woman who meet aboard an ocean liner on a cruise sailing from Europe to America. He's a playboy traveling to New York where marriage awaits him. She is engaged too, yet there's an undeniable spark between them. They choose prudence over passion, making a plan to reunite in 6 months. If, when they see each other again, they still feel the same way, then perhaps they'll act. While An Affair to Remember is not a typical holiday classic, the story culminates on Christmas Eve with one of the most poignant movie endings in the history of screen romances. I'll never forget it. She gets behind him on Zed's chopper in a motel parking lot. Who's Zed? She asks. Zed's dead, baby, he says. Zed's dead. Then they ride off together on Riverside Drive in the valley. You know what? I'm sorry. That's the end of Pulp Fiction, the chronological end, anyway. I always get Pulp Fiction and Affair to Remember confused. You probably do as well. An Affair to Remember is a remake of Love Affair released in 1939, starring Charles Boyer and Irene Dunne, directed by Leo McCarey. This doesn't happen often, but directing An Affair to Remember gave McCarey the opportunity to remake his original story 18 years later, this time in color and in widescreen cinemascope with two of the era's biggest romantic stars. McCarey also earned one of the film's 4 Oscar nominations, not for directing, though, but for co-writing the title song. This marked Cary Grant's third go-round with Leo McCarey directing. McCarey helped make Grant a star in the 1937 screwball comedy The Awful Truth, which coincidentally co-starred Irene Dunne. Grant liked McCarey, but it was Deborah Kerr who really drew Grant to this picture. They co-starred 4 years earlier in Dream Wife, and like so many others, most notably Robert Mitchum, Cary Grant adored working with Deborah Kerr and was eager to do so again. From Fox in 1957, also with Richard Denning and Kathleen Nesbitt, An Affair to Remember. Deborah Kerr once admitted that whenever she watched An Affair to Remember, she always found herself crying, which is pretty much the reaction everybody has. It became one of the top-grossing films in 1957. It's considered one of Kerr's definitive pictures, a performance celebrated by critics and described by Picturegoer magazine as a revelation. It's hard to imagine anyone but Kerr in the role, but as is so often the case with the movies we love, she was not the first choice for the part. That was Ingrid Bergman. Doris Day also drew consideration before Deborah Kerr. For Cary Grant, Kerr was the main draw. Following An Affair to Remember, Kerr and Grant went on to make one more film together, the 1960 comedy The Grass is Greener with Robert Mitchum, another actor who loved working with Kerr. Gene Simmons was also in that film, directed by Stanley Donen. Coming up, an elderly miser takes an eye-opening journey with a cadre of holiday ghosts in MGM's 1938 adaptation of Charles Dickens' classic tale, A Christmas Carol. It's next on TCM.
Next on TCM, A Christmas Carol, then O. Henry's Full House, and later, Beyond Tomorrow. Tonight's the night for Christmas on TCM.